so this is going to be a follow-up. I've actually been wanting to do this one for a little bit. Just haven't really found the time. Just because I say this is deals about how much I like them does not mean that the actual in-game power... I'm just rambling at this point. Fuck it. Landmine. They are probably the funniest part of this game, but they're demoted a lot because they can be kind of bullshit sometimes. The fact that you can go in the door and you have to look down, optimally have to always look down, or else you're just going to blow up sometimes, I find that annoying. I wish that there were no landmines right at the front of a door, like right on top of a door, and then they would be easy S tier. Easy fucking S tier if that was the case. They're fucking hilarious. But that alone puts them down. Meanwhile, turrets, I think, are also funny. They can be annoying sometimes, but they make for really funny clips. I like turrets a lot. I think turrets are very funny. If I were to change them at all, maybe reduce their quantity on some moons, reduce their maximum quality at the very least. Or quantity, rather, not quality. But overall, I think they're actually kind of fun. I think people overrate how strong turrets are in terms of like how hard they are to avoid. I'm gonna rank players last. Well, actually, I'll just do all the hazards, quote-unquote hazards. So next would be the spike traps. I've not played with them yet, so I can't give a definitive love them, hate them. But as a design, conceptually, I don't like them. I don't like this as a concept, I guess. Like the landmines and turrets kind of make sense. The turrets are defense from monsters that probably just went haywire or something. Turrets, same thing. What is the point of a spike trap? In what facility would that make sense in? Like I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Maybe if it was a wall spike trap instead of a ceiling spike trap, I would like them a little bit more, but I don't like that they're on the ceiling. I guess it gives you more of a reason to look up so you can know, haha, skill issue, but whatever. I don't like the idea of them. Slimes are kind of boring. They don't really do anything. They just kind of sit there. I don't know. I've never really had a moment where I'm happy or sad to see a slime or think it's funny or think I have a cool interaction. I do like that they dance with boomboxes, though. I do like that they don't really go after you if there's a boombox nearby. I think that's kind of cool. Now that I think about it, that kind of helps up a whole lot. Jeb, the company monster. Come on. It only kills you if you fuck up. You can trick new players into hitting the bell a lot so that they die. And it's just funny, man. The company monster is just like one of the funniest things in all of Lethal Company. If it just happens. And it actually serves a gameplay purpose, so then you don't just spam the bell. Right? I think that it's a masterful use of game design. Spiders were recently nerfed to 2 power, I believe. I don't think that affects my placement of them at all, though. I like how they kind of zone off an area of the map. I do wish that the webs didn't slow you so much. Like if the web slowed you slightly more, they might be a little bit higher, but I like the design of spiders. I think spiders are very healthy design. 3 power was definitely too much, but 2 power spiders, like 3 power is like, they are not worth 3 power, they are not strong enough for that. But 2 power, I think the spider is perfectly balanced and the perfect actualization of the concept that is, what if there was a spider that would camp out an area and be an ambush predator? Circuit bees go up there because they're just like regular bees, right? Like just like how I said the beehive is one of my favorite items, it's the same thing with the actual bees. They only go after you if you explicitly make a mistake or if you want the extra money from the hives. And it requires skill to do that. It's just fantastic game design. On the other side of things, coil heads. Ooh, I don't like coil heads. I mean, I do like them, but they are too overpowered. Honestly, yeah, this is a simple. They're too overpowered. If they were balanced, like if they were 2 power, lower max spawn, maybe slightly slower running at you speed, very slightly, not very much. What else would I nerf about coil heads? Maybe instead of any of that, you could make it so they can't open doors at all, and I would be okay with that. That might make them a little bit too weak, but they would still have opportunities to find their way around you, and it'd be surprising if something else opens the door and they manage to get to you. I think that would be a fine change if they were like that, honestly, because that would make them the only indoor enemy that couldn't open a door. It's a unique thing, except for, I guess, Ghost Girl, but that doesn't really count. It would make them a very unique enemy. I hate the worm. Insta-pop worms are the least fun part of Lethal Company in general. They just don't make me happy. I think nothing makes me more upset than an insta-pop worm. Like, if I get brackened out of nowhere, I'm like, okay, that's my fault, I should turn around. If I get a mask coming up on me, I'm like, okay, somebody else fucked up. If a worm insta-pops on you, especially because my earbuds are delayed in audio a little bit, I can literally go from hearing nothing to the worm up on me in a second. Like, in like 60% of a second. Like, half a fucking second, I can just die. So that affects me more. But Jesus fucking Christ. I don't like worms at all. Dogs, on the other hand, dogs are fantastic. I love dogs. Less so now that crouch sprinting is in the game. But the fact that there's an enemy which only hears you in a game where the only other monsters that react to noise are what? The hoarding bugs, and that's barely. Eyeless dogs are the only enemy that actually can react to noise, and also kiting them is very fun. And like getting them off your teammates is very fun. I like corralling dogs. I think it's a skill check that I really enjoy going for, which is very unique because most people fucking hate dogs. Like how I fucking hate giants. I think giants are dumb. They're less dumb now that you can technically kill them, but they mandate you bring an item. No other monster requires you have something in order to stop it from doing things. The old birds just fucking they just fucking get you, bro. Like, there's no counterplay to that, but in a good way. All of the monsters that can be killed with shovels are technically avoidable without shovels. Right? Snare Flea, you can walk out the door, and that instantly kills them. Nutcrackers, you can run around them when their eye isn't up. Masked is a little bit different, but Masked is just different conceptually. And I guess Thumpers as well. And depending on how many people there are, that also goes for the Butler. But giants just require you to have a stun grenade or a radar booster. I don't like that giants mandate shit. And it's like you have to have something specifically for the giant. Flashbangs are amazing specifically because they stop the giant. They can stop other things, sure, but when do you ever use a stun grenade on a Thumper or a coil head or a fucking spider or something like that? You just don't. You should use it for the giant so you don't have somebody insta-die. Granted, bad time to throw this example out because I'm pretty sure my last video when I'm uploading this is literally has a clip of me killing a giant, or me and some friends using a flashbang to kill a giant, or not giant, but to kill a Thumper, but that's besides the point. Hoarding bugs, they're funny, I guess. I don't like them as much as they're the yippee bugs, but for me they're the holy moly bugs. They're fine. Like, I don't know. They don't do it for me. They really don't. The Bracken, on the other hand, the best monster. Nothing is as well designed as the Bracken, in my opinion. It is counter-playable. It is, like, you can kill it with 3 shovel hits. You can just turn around. But it has interactions with other monsters, where if you turn around too much, Ghost Girl. If you don't turn around enough, you'll die to it. It also has the same thing with coil heads. And it is just a really cool design. It's a very unique thing. Like, nothing, like, with a lot of these things, you can point to something else and be like, that's what that's like. Eyeless dog, deaf monster. Simple. Spider. Hoarding bug. Fucking, I don't know, steals your shit. And then it kills you if you take it. Like, ooh, shiny. Same with Baboon Hawks, like they gang up on you. Bracken can't really just be described like that, like Coilhead SCP. I guess Jester can't really either, which is why I also think Jester is really great. But the Bracken feels like so creative. Like it sneaks up on you, it snaps your neck, it fucking kills you, and it forces you to turn around. But if you serve it for too long, it'll start to attack you. It's such a well-designed monster, man. And the Jester, I don't know, man. It's just maybe I don't like it that much because of this patch, actually. Jester's similar, where it's like, I guess it's not really. It's just you're on a timer now. If it finds you, you're on a timer. I don't love it for that reason. I don't know. I think there are better monsters than the Jester. I'm brain farting right now. I don't know, man. The Jester doesn't have any counterplay, which I think is okay. Except for just lure it away and then get TP'd, I guess. But it is kind of meant to be like an endgame type deal. I do kind of wish it wasn't spawnable on the mid-tier mins a little bit. Like March, Offense, and I guess now Adamance. If the Jester couldn't spawn there, I think I would like the Jester a little more, but yeah, it's whatever. Don't care. Mana Coil. People seem to really like Mana Coils. I just think that they are so nothing. They're not as bad as the Worm, I guess. Because I dislike the Worm. But I don't really dislike Mana Coils. The Roaming Locusts are okay, I think, because they just add a little bit more ambiance. I think Zeekers have made the Baboon Hawks overpowered this patch. Half a power, and they can spawn like 40 of them. And they damage you a lot, and there's like a 40 fucking billion of them. But they're okay to deal with as long, like, they're a skill check to a certain extent. Like, it's like the Bracken in a way, where if you look at them for too long, they'll start attacking you, but you can emergency, like, stare at them and run at them to get them to fuck off. And they fall asleep, so you can grab your items back from them, and they don't chase you like loot bugs do. They're alright. Masked is okay. I kind of like it because it's funny to be a masked, right? To kill yourself with a mask and scare people. But where was I getting distracted? But regularly spawn masked. I do think that it's really cool that they're really rare, but I don't know. It's whatever. Nutcrackers are also incredibly designed. One of the most well-designed monsters in the game. The fact that they reward you for killing them, unlike almost everything else here, which the only reward for killing them is that they're not there anymore. Like, you can kill a Baboon Hawk, but then more will spawn. You can kill a giant, but more spawn. You can kill a spider, but then there's more power for other things to spawn. If you kill a Nutcracker, you get the shotgun, and the shotgun fucking kills things, including more Nutcrackers, so you can farm shotguns. But it's hard. It's really hard to do that. Like, you can easily die trying to kill a Nutcracker unless you have a lot of experience. Even though I have over 100 hours in the game, I don't have a lot of experience. I'm still bad. And I died a Nutcracker. But I still think it's fantastically designed, just like the Ghost Girl. Maybe not Esther. Is it Esther? Yeah, it's Esther. I think that the Ghost Girl is just so well designed, man. It's such a simple concept. Ghost Child chases one player. That's it. But it's so well executed. It's so fucking scary to have the Ghost Girl, to hear that breathing. And the fact that there's a skilled way to get around it, I just don't look at the Ghost Girl. I think it's great. I think it's really cool. I don't care much for Snare Fleas. They die when you get teleported or leave the facility or hit too much with their shovel. I don't care. Snare Fleas are boring to me. I don't like them very much. Spoilers. Another nothing. Another absolutely fucking nothing enemy. I don't care about sport lizards at all. I mean, they're kind of cute, I guess, but whatever. I don't really care. 4 actually kind of heavy hitters. And then I guess this. I'm just... Hang on. What? What do you mean? I don't know how to rank players in enemy tier list. The horn, the like flies from the butler, I think I feel the same way as I do about spike traps, where I don't know if I like the design. I don't know if I like that conceptually. The fact that they are just invincible always in the facility, and like the fact that they open doors again, another monster that just opens doors for some reason. Like, I think it's okay to have a monster that can't open doors. It should be either this or the coil head. One of those two should not be able to open doors. And then I think they're like much better to deal with. Maybe that trivializes coil heads, I don't know. But that's just me. Thumpers. What do I feel about thumpers? I think that they're like a titular kind of. If you see this, oh fuck. They're like the Bracken in that way, but it's a much more simple enemy. This is just it will go to you and hit you. I think it's cool that they've run into walls. I think the design is cool, so it's, I guess, a B tier. Butlers, though. Butlers are fucking awesome. They're just a silly guy. He's just a silly looking guy. And then he tries to fucking murder you if nobody's near you, because the butler always did it. Oh, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny. I love that. And the fact that they draw the kitchen knife as well. I think that's cool. I think that's pretty fucking cool. And also kind of funny. Right now they don't sell for anything. I hope at the full version 50 release they will have a monetary price, because having them be absolutely bitchless is upsetting, and I wish that they had a price. And finally, the old bird. No, that's a oh fuck. That's a content factory right there is what that is. I think the old bird is so cool. It makes it so then late runs are harder. There's counterplay to it on Artifice, although not on Embryon. That's fine, because Embryon is kind of like that quote-unquote test moon. And Embryon is kind of like a joke moon. I think it's okay for Embryon to not have a loot table, but Artifice does have counterplay to the old bird with the different warehouses, and the old bird is a cool design. It's like a powered up version of the giants, and the rockets don't actually do that much damage, so you kind of get knocked around a lot. It's consistently scary. Like, it's fucking terrifying because they have things that do one-shot you and things that don't. So if you get hit by the things that don't, you count your fucking lucky stars and you hope you get it back to the ship. By it, I mean the apparatus, but yeah, that's my monster tier list, I guess. I fucking hate worms. Alright, bye.